The views and opinions expressed by the host do not state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views, opinions, and insinuations made by the host, guests, do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network. Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. This Friday evening on the PH Insider on TV, we confront the political, constitutional, and public implications of the decision to scrap the impeachment complaint against the President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. For this is a show that goes beyond the headlines, dissect the realities, and ask the difficult questions that demand answers. This is the PH Insider on TV, where issues are confronted and truth takes center stage. At siyempre para tulungan po tayong himayin ang mga isyong politikal at matalinong diskurso. Veterano po sa larangan ng mga isyong politikal, matapang, diretso at matalino sa kanyang mga binibitawang pahayag at pagpapaliwanag, academician from the University of Santo Tomas and international relations expert, Dr. Dennis Coronacion. Sir, good evening.
Good evening, Sir Ox. Good evening sa inyong lahat dyan. Narito na naman po tayo upang samahan natin si Sir Ox lang ngayon para silipin ang mga nagbabagang issue.
And it's gonna be very exciting. Magpapakalalim tayo dito. Sisikapin natin na ma-dissect yung mga pag-uusapan.
Oo, medyo komplikado ho ito. This is a complex issue because it's not just focused on political but also legal and constitutional.
Right. Nangunguna sa mga isyong pinag-uusapan ngayon ng bayan.
Sa naging pagdinig ng komite ngayong Miyerkules, nakakuha ng supermajority vote ang motion na insufficient in substance ang naging reklamo o impeachment complaint na inihain ni Atty. Andre De Jesus sa botong 42 yes, 1 negative at 3 abstention. Deklarado ring insufficient in form ang reklamo na matalo ng 7 no votes ang 39 yes votes mula sa House panel members. Dahil dito, dismayado ang panig ni ACT Teachers Partylist Representative Antonio Tino sa mistulang pagbabasura umano ng komite ng kanilang reklamo laban sa Pangulo. Ayon sa kampo ng progressive groups, prematurely murdered ang nangyaring pag-dismiss sa impeachment laban sa Pangulo at mistulang tumayo umanong abogado ni Marcos ang komite.
Malinaw po sa mga paliwanag ng mga kinatawan ng mayorya kanina na ang pinagbabatayan nila ay mga hindi dapat na batayan. No? Sabi nila, walang ebidensya. Sabi nila sa kanilang pagtingin ay hindi raw impeachable ang mga offense na nasa complaint. Hindi po yun ang tungkulin ng mga kinatawan ng Justice Committee. Hindi nila tungkulin na mag-abogado para sa presidente. Ngunit tila yun na po ang nangyayari dahil hinuhusgahan na nila ang ebidensya. Hindi pa po yan ang yugto ngayon. Ang kailangan lang alamin ay kung merong recitation of facts, may sapat na aligasyon na pinagbabatayan yung betrayal of public trust.
Matapos ang pagdinig, Juana, nilinaw ni Representative o ni House Justice Panel Chair, Representative Jinky Luistro, na suspendido ang buong pagdinig ngayong linggo at magbabalik sila sa February 9, Lunes yan, upang talakay naman ang kanilang committee report. Live mula dito sa Kongreso, ako po si Judea Bernardo, D8TV News.
And now let's talk where the real battle lies. Joining us online is a Filipino lawyer and a legislator currently serving as representative of the Kabataan Partylist. She represents youth voices in Congress and advocates for policies focused on education, social welfare, participatory governance, and the protection of young Filipinos' rights and opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, here joining us tonight is Attorney Renee Co, or Congresswoman Renee Co. Good evening, Co.
Good evening, Dennis and Ax. Thank you very much for inviting me to your program.
Yeah, welcome to our show, the PH Insider on TV. We're happy to have you in the show, and I'm sure you're going to be such a big help as we try to delve into the details of what transpired in yesterday's proceedings at the House or in the House of Representatives concerning this impeachment case, Prof. No?
Yes.
Maswerte tayo. We have
A lawyer.
a lawyer and a
Congresswoman.
legislator. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's get the ball rolling to the first question. What does insufficient in substance legally mean in the context of impeachment complaints, Kong?
Nakalagay po sa Rules on Impeachment of the 20th Congress, under Rule 2, Section 5, that the requirement of substance is met if there is a recital of facts constituting the offense charged and determinative of the jurisdiction of the committee. Sinaad po namin to sa aming opening speeches. At pinoint out in particular nasaan yung dalawang hinihingi ng sufficiency in substance, na may recital ng facts na sinasabi na ang complaint na to ay saklaw ng Committee on Justice and na may facts constituting the offense. In this case, paglalahad ng mga allegations that when taken together, may intindihan natin that there's betrayal of public trust. Yun po kasi yung charge that the second impeachment complaint or the Maza et al. Impeachment complaint is charging the impeachable officer, President Bongbong Marcos Jr. Sa bahagi namin and other legal experts that were present in that committee, there is sufficiency in substance kung babasahin lang yung rules, no, that there is recital of facts constituting the offense charged. We at this point rely on the verification in the na pinirmahan at inaccomplish ng complainants that yes, that is going to be based on personal knowledge or authentic records, so may presumption na totoo siya at yung himay ng katotohanan ng statements or if yung authenticity and personal knowledge ng evidence sa hearing proper pa yan. Unfortunately po in this particular case, pinagbotohan ng members of the House Committee on Justice to include in the discussion yung authenticity ng records at this stage, And because of that, a lot of the lawmakers said na insufficient daw yung evidence, and may ilan na nagsasabi na hindi naman totoo yung allegation para masabing insufficient in substance yung complaint. So sa bahagi po namin, ang grievance and kaya dismayado ang mga endorsers, ang Makabayan Bloc ng second impeachment complaint, the reason na pinanghahawakan na insufficient in substance yung complaint is not one that is that's inside the rules on impeachment.
Congresswoman, magandang gabi po. Dennis Coronacion po, ano po masasabi ninyo doon sa kritisismo with regard to the yung what do you call this, yung ultimate facts, na mayroong kritisismo na instead of ultimate facts, ang nangyari daw po o nakalagay sa second impeachment complaint along with the first impeachment complaint ay legal conclusions.
I think Representative Laila de Lima best encapsulated it in her manifestations, that even though that there are paragraphs that contain conclusions of law, meron namang allegations doon that contain the ultimate facts. And in fact, pwede natin siyang i-point out dito, nandiyan yung paragraph 66 for the first charge, paragraph 126 for the second charge, and paragraph 151 for the third charge. And Representative Laila de Lima pointed out to more paragraphs that contain beyond the ultimate facts, yung the recital of facts constituting the offense. Kung tutuusin nga po, even though the rules of court suppletorily applies to the rules on impeachment, medyo mas iba yung standard na nakalagay sa rules on impeachment hindi siya ultimate facts, but simply just recital of facts. So that was accomplished in the second impeachment complaint, even though may ilang paragraphs na may conclusions of law nga. But nonetheless, if you appreciate yung parts ng complaint that contain these ultimate facts or even just this recital of facts, it should be sufficient.
All right. Okay. Kong, were the complaints dismissed purely based on legal merit, or were political considerations also a factor?
I think definitely political considerations were also a factor. The House Committee on Justice chair herself said on record that she is liberal in allowing the members to express their views. And this is also echoed by the manifestations of Senior Deputy Majority Leader Congressman Noy Defensor, and you can hear it from other Congress people, na bakit may pag-sign off ng unprogrammed appropriations? Because this is one way to explore post-pandemic recovery. Bakit meron nakitang yung direct allegations kay Zaldico, they delved into not only the truth of the matter or speculating on the truth of the matter, but again, yung authenticity, quote-unquote, ng records, even though, again, hindi siya bahagi ng supposed ng pag-uusapan pa at this point. So political considerations were definitely at play. Kung if we just stuck sa kung ano yung legal, sufficient in substance po talaga. Pero because ang naging na-point out po natin nga kahapon nag-aabogado na yung ibang mga Congress people for the president, they're acting as defense attorneys already. And they're pinapangunahan na nila yung defense when that's something that the respondent can do for himself at the hearing proper and at the proper time.
Well, political, sabi ni Congresswoman po. Professor Dennis, do you agree?
There's this common observation among political analysts that the impeachment process is also a political process. Of course,
Yes.
it's interlaced with the legal process. Pero tama si Congressman Renee, Congresswoman Renee Co na hindi na iwasan na lumalabas yung partisanship
Yes.
during the voting in yesterday's deliberations. So, kaya nga siguro because the topic was largely constitutional and legal, siguro medyo subtle, So, for the untrained eye, hindi halata ito, Pero pag malalaman mo yung mga political background sila, political alignments, then
Yung leanings, no?
That's right. Lumalabas sa kanilang mga pananalita na, to quote Congresswoman Renee, parang nag-abogado na nga sila para sa Pangulo. Yeah.
Were you not given a chance, Kong, yesterday to let's say battle out or were you given the chance to at least air out your sentiments as regards to their manifestations?
Actually, kami pong 3 endorsers ay members din ng House Committee on Justice. So, nung Monday, nag-attempt na magkaroon ng delineation ng role namin as endorsers and naka-backseat muna yung rights as aming members. We did our best to point out again and again as with others that pointed out yung sufficiency in substance ng second complaint, that at this stage talaga, we're not looking at the truth of the allegations. We assume it to be true dahil nga may verification na ginawa that the committee ruled to be sufficient in form. So dapat enough na yun na parang iba-bank on mo And then you look at the authenticity of the records and the truth of the allegations during the hearing proper when you've given the respondent yung due process by responding to the allegations. And however marami rin talaga ang hindi mag-engage sa points namin and will just continue to air out their views.
Ang question ko kasi dun mukhang naging sobrang stricto, and I heard this from a legal expert, yung naging standards that were used by the majority of the members of the House Committee on
During the
Justice.
proceedings.
Yeah, during the proceedings. Pero attorney, Congresswoman, we are expecting that in the coming days, impeachment complaint or complaints will be filed against the Vice President. And we assume na dadaan rin yon sa Committee on Justice.
Justice, yes.
Ang tanong, ganyan rin ba kay-stricto, magiging kay-stricto yung mga members ng Committee on Justice?
Ng hamon. Nakita natin yung pag-include ng authenticity ng records or evidence, its discussion of it, even though wala yun sa rules at this stage. Will that same standard apply with VP Sara Duterte? We're yet to see it. Sa bahagi namin, no, at least sa mga endorsers, we can say that we're putting our best foot forward. Lahat ng aming arguments nilalabas namin sa aming impeachment complaints. Ayon sa panawagan ng taong bayan na lahat ng sangkot dapat managot. And it means, no, yung mga nasa tuktok, kailangan silang maging accountable sa maraming mga allegations that sila rin ay sangkot. And for us, we'll do our best. Kailangan tutukan ng taong bayan if the House Committee on Justice will apply the same standards. No?
Well, okay. Kong, well, tell us straight from the shoulder. No? Does this dismissal set a precedent that could affect future impeachment proceedings? Talaga bang...
Yes,
yes, please.
Yes, definitely. Una, halos nagkaroon ng amendment of the rules because the rules say recital of facts constituting the offense, no? And this is also the standard that can be applied in other court cases din or even in when nasa allegations or pleadings part pa lang tayo, you allege your facts, you attach your evidence, and then magtutuos tayo sa hearing, 'di ba? Titignan natin isa-isa yung mga inattach na evidence. Now, it's not going to be like that. No? May pagbutbut na ng ganun. And even actually, members of the House Committee pointed that out. Kung voluminous yung records mo, at the level of sufficient of substance, dun pa lang titignan, mahirap yon. I'm going to return kasi malapit nang mag-expire yung Zoom.
Okay. All right. We will, just in case maputol tayo, Kong, we will call you back. All right? Okay, sige. Ayun, yung pinag-uusapan natin with Kong, mangyayari pa rin ba? What do you think, Professor Dennis? Ito bang susunod, itong nakaumang ng impeachment trial, I mean, proceedings na naman, for this time for the Vice President. Tingin mo, anong pananaw mo doon? Anong tansya mo, Pro?
Well, tingin ko, mangyayari ulit yan. Oo. Although in a different form. Kasi itong kay impeachment complaints against the President, oo, the congressmen voted against the impeachment complaint. So, in terms of substance. Pero tingnan natin kung mababaligtad to. Pagdating naman kay Vice President Sara Duterte, no, yung impeachment complaints, inasahan natin impeachment complaints laban sa kanya. Tingnan naman natin kung paano naman i-justify ng mga majority of the members of the House Committee on Justice. Oo.
Okay.
So yun,
well, yeah. So, go ahead.
It's interesting kasi you can see how how politics works.
Correct.
In detail, Oo.
Yes.
Iba-iba manifestations niya kasi we were not able to see this last year.
All right. Sige, we will try to dig deeper on that. We'll try to bring back Congresswoman Renee Co and to help. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, she's on the line. All right. Okay. Hi, Kong. Yes.
Hello, I'm back. Thank you.
As you were saying earlier, please proceed.
Ayun, that same standard, let's see if apply natin siya. No?
Si Professor Dennis and I were talking. I was asking him actually kung naniniwala ba siya na, o sa pananaw niya, meron bang kaparehas na pagdadaanan nitong nakasunod na impeachment trial? Considering, will it be the same composition kung sino yung mga nandong hapon yesterday ang uupo sa itong impeachment kay Vice President?
Well, I believe so. Perhaps yung mga absent members ng House Committee on Justice or even yung mga ex-officio members, pwede silang umupo din. Siguro to note, no, lahat ng mga deputy, minority, and majority leaders, they're ex-officio members and not all of them were present yesterday or the days before. Let's see if sila din yung magiging present. Yung boto rin nila ay magka-count pag timbang ng kung ano mang kailangang decision na gawin tungkol sa complaint, whether that be sufficiency in form or sufficiency in substance.
All right. Well, as a legislator and a lawyer at the same time, Kong, I think we need to ask you this question. How does the Constitution balance accountability of the President with the protection from politically motivated complaints?
Actually, it's through the one-year bar, no? The one-year bar rule, which says, no, that it may be initiated only once a year, no? Kind of makes that protection na kung may arguments na ilalabas, it should be the best at ilabas na to ngayon. Otherwise, 1 year na hindi pwede, and then pwede nang ulitin the next year. However, no, we have seen in our history na maabuso din yung one-year bar rule para mapagtakpan ng pananagutan ng ating mga opisyales. For example, sa term po ni former President Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo, Attorney Lozano would file an impeachment complaint every year, no, at the date of expiry without fail. And these impeachment complaints would be short and hindi din expanded yung kanyang mga arguments, thereby barring yung, and kung ito ay ma-receive na, no, or ma-initiate na, mali-leave out yung other impeachment complaints that had stronger arguments. And that's why in the rules then, and in the Constitution, nagbibigay ng konting palugit na para lahat ng hahabol after siya masimulan, makahabol. That's why merong 10 session days for the House Speaker to include it in the order of business, and then may 3 session days from the order of business, siya ay i-assign to the House Committee on Justice and thereby initiating that complaint. In that 13 session days, dapat kung ano mang kayang ihabol kasi to note, no, the Constitution says that you may initiate it, hindi siya only 1 per year, pero only once. So several complaints, pwede siyang isalang sa House Committee on Justice or kung saan man nararapat, no. Pero dapat once lang siya magawa. So, syempre, worry tayo sa mga abuses na to, pero may ganyang disenyo. Ang ayaw natin, no, ay nadadagdagan yung disenyo para nabibigatan yung mga nagko-complain so as to make impeachment virtually impossible.
Well, actually, Sir Ox, parang ano na ako parang iniisip ko yung looking ahead na ako.
Okay.
Oo, kasi I understand na Congresswoman Renee, that you will still be part of the House Committee on Justice by the time na isasalang na yung
kay VP Sara.
Kay VP Sara. Tama ba?
Yes po.
Yes, but you were not there last year. You were not a part of the House Committee on Justice last year, no?
This is my first term as a congresswoman, but my predecessor, si former Representative Raul Manuel, may rule po kasi sa kabataan, or specifically in youth representation in the party list law, that you could be not more than 30, no, when you represent this sector. So very limited talaga yung term pagka youth representative. He was a member of the House Committee on Justice. And now, no, yes, member po ako ng House Committee on Justice. Tututok tayo doon sa lahat ng developments for the VP Sara impeachment and kung ano mang developments, no, for this year and the next year.
Kasi yung impeachment process last year was different, diretso agad sa plenary. It was voted upon by at the plenary level. So hindi na dumaan sa ganitong proseso, no? Hindi na dumaan sa ganitong proseso na napanood natin during the deliberation of the impeachment complaints against the president. So
Actually, Prof.
yes.
Dennis, just to share, I was a complainant nung time na yon. So, yes, sa second impeachment complaint, dahil hindi po tayo si Tingkong, yung 19th Congress members ng Makabayan Bloc yung nandoon, ako po, in my private capacity, I was one of the complainants of the second impeachment complaint. And naalala ko nung time na yun, we filed it December 4, 2024. And may kinakalampag din natin yung House of Representatives na aktuhan na. So, yun nga po ay na-supersede kasi merong nag-avail ng fast-track mode, which unfortunately, the Supreme Court has declared na unconstitutional yung transmittal because of yung pag-invoke ng one-year bar rule, and therefore, we have to start from scratch this time around again.
All right, Kong, we'll go further. Kindly just please stay. We'll just pause for a break. The discussion continues as we examine the implications of the dismissal of the impeachment complaints against President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and its impact on public trust in our democratic institutions. Stay with us. The PH Insider on TV will be right back after a short break. This 2026, may mga magbabalik at may mga bagong boses and faces tayo makakasama. Mga kakamping bibida mula umaga hanggang gabi sa inyong hinihintay na muling pagsasaimpapawid ng mga programa sa patuloy nating pinalakas na D8TV. Ang paborito nating pinakasikat na turingan ng bayan muling magbubukas kasama ang mga celebrity, personalidad at mga kababayan nating dala ay kwento at karanasan. Kasama ang #1 pawn broker ng bansa, Pawn Master Boss Toyo, Pinoy Pawn Stars. From untold struggles to groundbreaking success, meet the trailblazers, hear their stories, and witness how they changed the game. Catch veteran broadcast journalist and multi-awarded public service program host Ox Ballado as he sits down with the movers, the visionaries, and the real-life change makers who transform their communities and our world. Their stories, their struggles, their triumphs. They are not just players, they are the game changers. Ano nga bang pamantayan para masabing tayo ay tunay na Pilipino? Ang kulay, kaugalian, katangian at ang ating makulay na kasaysayang bahagi na ng hibla ng ating pagkakakilanlan. Mas malalim nating susuriin kasama ang mga eksperto at bigating mga pangalan sa larangang ito. Sabay-sabay nating alamin kung paano nga ba ang maging Pilipino. We dive into the journeys of remarkable Filipinos, entrepreneurs, visionaries, and everyday heroes. Unfiltered, honest, and inspiring. Join us as we uncover stories that shape the Filipino spirit. Hosted by Milo Triggerman Cavarles and Francesca Taruk. Kwento Juan. In a nation of opinions and power plays, one show dares to look deeper, beyond the headlines, beyond the noise. 3 voices, 1 mission. Ox Ballado, Attorney Rizandro Unay, and Attorney Eugene Riego, revealing the truth behind the nation's most urgent issues. The PH Insider on TV. From the heart of the city to the farthest provinces, we bring you the latest headlines and stories that matter, as they happen when they happen. No delays, no distractions. That's the facts. Fast, clear, and accurate. When news break, the D8TV news team is there because when it comes to information, every Filipino deserves to be the first to know. The D8 Patrol and D8TV News Alerts. Every city has its flavor. Every escape
has its story. Join us as we uncover the Metro's most elegant dining places and social scapes, where taste meets experience. From brunch spots that brighten your day to late-night lounges that keep the stories flowing, we'll take you there. All you need is your curiosity, because we've got the stories and the destinations covered. Only here on Metroscape. Be inspired as we unfold the story of William Theo steps up to a legacy of compassion, embracing the great responsibility of continuing the public service mission started by his grandmother, the iconic Rosa Rosal, a medical talk show that continues the mission of helping, healing, and serving with heart. Real stories, expert insights, life-saving conversations. Because every Filipino deserves care. The Rosa Rosal way. This is a legacy of service, continued with compassion. Agapay, tatak serbisyong Rosa Rosal.
In every conversation lies the power to understand, to question, and to create change. From national issues to economic reforms, we bring together political figures, policymakers, and public servants to shed light on the stories that shape our nation. Because dialogue is where progress begins. Meaningful talk, insightful minds, one platform for truth and understanding. D8TV Kapihan.
In a nation where compassion fuels hope, ordinary Filipinos rise as heroes, champions of kindness, service, and unity. Join PCSO General Manager Melquiades Robles as he leads the search for modern-day heroes, individuals, and communities who embody the true spirit of Kawanggawa. Be moved by stories of generosity, acts of courage, the power of helping, changing lives one heart at a time. Because true warriors fight not with weapons, but with kindness. Kawangga Warrior, ordinary people, extraordinary hearts. At tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang pagbuhos ng saya, pagtulong at mga naglalakihang papremyo na patuloy na pagpapanibago sa buhay ng mga Pilipino. Hatid ng pinagkakatiwalaang PCSO Lottery Draw. Kaya naman, tuloy-tuloy lang ang pagtaya, pagbabantay sa inyong mga lotto ticket at pagtutok sa inyong paboritong lotto games from Monday to Sunday. Dahil baka ikaw na ang susunod na mabibinyagang bilang pinakabagong PCSO Lotto Milyonaryo. Dahil sa PCSO, sa bawat taya, may kawanggawa. Informed, updated, and empowered. Ito ang D8TV, your ultimate channel past to millions. News that informs, stories that inspire, and programs that move the nation. From truth to action, from people to progress, we are your connection to it all. D8TV, your home for truth, service, and the Filipino spirit.
The best players succeed because they set boundaries. Every great athlete wins with control. Always have a game plan.
Welcome back to the PH Insider on TV. We continue our in-depth discussion and analysis on the developments and their impact on public trust in democratic institutions. Let's now try to touch on about governance and public trust, Professor Dennis. We still have with us, joining us, still Congresswoman Renee Co, still on the line. There you go.
Hello. Thank you
sige,
again for inviting us.
Yes. Pag-usapan po natin ito. Mukhang this is going to be very interesting. Let's talk about on how does this development impact public trust in democratic institutions? Itong mga kaganapan ngayon.
I actually get this question often, no? Pero ang wording niya is paano binabalanse yung accountability with political stability.
Right.
To which my response is, actually, yung hindi pag-pursue ng accountability measures, yung pag-stifle nito, and yung paghahayaan lang na hindi ma-hold accountable yung mga iilang na-identify, na-allege na sila ay sangkot sa pagkuha sa kaban ng bayan for their own self-interest and hindi yung interest for the people as is mandated by their public office. That creates political instability. Can you imagine all the plans na gusto nating i-draft tungkol sa paano mas magiging economically developed ang Pilipinas, pero hindi ito mapatupad kasi yung projects na inaaprubahan ay puro yung pansariling interes. That contributes to political instability kung hindi natin maaasahan yung supposed na nag-aambag sa development, nag-aambag sa welfare natin, hindi pala kasi binubulsa ng ilan. So yes, these accountability measures, lahat ng rallies sa labas, yung pagkakaroon ng impeachment proceedings, mga madudugo, and these are painful processes, but these are things that we have to go through para makuha at masecure natin yung leadership na deserve ng taong bayan. Yung uunahin yung interes ng pinakamaraming mamayang Pilipino at hindi yung pansarili.
Yeah, actually, isusugan ko lang yung sinabi ni Congresswoman Renee na yung mga dapat sanang mga pondo na allocated doon sa mga social services, public health, nadadivert yan, napupunta sa mga projects na gusto ng mga paborito ng mga lawmakers natin, of course, in connivance with the various agencies of our government. So yung kumbaga man yung inaasahan natin na improvement sa kabuhayan ng mga mamamayang Pilipino hindi nangyayari kasi nag-improve yung private lives ng mga lawmakers natin na corrupt.
Yung mga nagpapakasasa sa kanilang sariling interest.
That's right.
At the expense of the interest of the Filipino people.
And to add, even those at the executive, hindi lang sa legislature, pero and even that, meron pang allegations na even sa Commission on Audit, meron ding mga judges, etc. na sinasabing sangkot din. So, kailangan talaga hindi lang ma-flush out, pero yung accountability measures, ma-pursue sila.
Well, apparently, yung political stability, well, obviously, as you mentioned, binabanggit ni Kong, talagang automatic, apektado. Now, itong mga impeachment attempt na to, I'm sure you would agree, but, how does this affect to you, economic stability naman?
Ito yung sinasabi din ng ilang mga opisyales that it's bad for the economy because meron pang sinabi si I think ito Senator Tito Soto na nakakahiya na ang dalawang highest officials of the land natin ay going through impeachment processes. Pero ang view ko po ay hindi natin dapat ikahiya ito. Rather than that, ito ay ang sinyales na ang kabataan, ang mga sektor, hindi pa palagpasin yung mga allegations of corruption. Sineseryoso natin sila. And I think that is a greater signal na ang taong bayan, ang mga ahensya ay willing to go through these processes that are provided in the Constitution, by the way, na kailangan gawin. I think we should be proud that we're going through these processes. And siguro ang isa ko ring counterpoint, I also heard arguments na we have to send an strong economic stance by having also a strong political stance, or at least yung pagtingin na strong yung domestic position. But I'd argue that there are other countries with, even more volatile political situations. For example, sa Thailand, we know na nakailang coup ba yan before what it is right now, and even then, parang may tenuous balance yan. Nonetheless, they economically perform. It's because what we're looking at when we talk about economic development, no, and economic strength ay yung policies na ini-implement natin. And for us, no, here at Kabataan Partylist, we should develop strong industries that would enable us to be self-sufficient economies na hindi depende sa economic stability or performance ng ibang bansa.
Professor Dennis, you might want to add something? Or, yeah,
Well,
we'll just proceed.
ang siguro gusto sabihin ni ni Kong is that even though this is something that's ugly, kinakailangan pagdaanan natin kasi
Yes.
it's our way of correcting what's wrong in our system,
Right.
and eventually it will lead to a robust economy, hopefully economic development, economic growth.
Last but not necessarily the least of the questions that we have. What lessons can lawmakers and citizens learn from this case, Congresswoman?
I think we can learn a lot, no? For example,
With what you've went through.
Niisip ko din kung ano ba yung mga lessons natin.
Siguro pinakamalapit dun yung the recently concluded proceedings in the House, in the HOR, in the House of Representatives. Siguro.
I think nakita ko yung manifestation ng when there's a will, there's a way. And if there's a will to protect incumbents so that they maintain their power despite the many doubts that they could continue enjoying public trust, there is a way for them to stay in power. Sa bahagi namin, we will continue fighting para yung pananagutan sa lahat ng mga sangkot sa korupsyon ay makamit. Ito ay forma ng hustisya para sa taong bayan na for more than 3 years, no? But especially in the past 3 years, nakita natin yung iba't ibang forma ng inhustisya. No, maraming mga kabuhayan ang nawasak, ang mga bahay nasira ng baha at iba pang mga kabiguan sa lipunan because hindi lang ito nabigyan ng tama at sapat na pondo. At ang laging sinasabi sa atin, walang pondo. But there is. And it's being pocketed. And that is a deep injustice to the people that you made promises to. No? That the public office will, to the best of its ability, discharge that public trust. So, sa akin, the work never stops. And beyond this, pupursue natin to until its end, pero andyan pa rin din at yung ating other modes of accountability na tuloy-tuloy na ipupursue. For example, legislating anti-political dynasties bill, a genuine party list nominee and group bill, which, won't solve corruption. Pero at least, ito ay isang beginning steps to curb what we'd like to call bureaucrat capitalism or yung pagnenegosyo ng mga pamilya, ng mga may hawak ng kayamanan in government. And so, other than that, andyan pa rin syempre yung mas malawak na kakayahan ng taong bayan na maging participant sa ating, na maging champions of accountability through their own local councils, through their own efforts, and even by using their own voice and their own feet to show up in times and in mobilizations and in gatherings na ipapakita natin, andito kami lahat, na nananawagan ng pananagutan.
We appreciate your time, Congresswoman Renee Co. Your insights and inputs tonight are such a big enlightenment as well. Not just to us, but I believe to the Filipino people. Maraming salamat sa pagpapaunlak ng isang makabuluhang panayam dito po sa ating palatutunan.
Thank you, Dennis and Ax, and I look forward to other engagements and best of luck in the PH Insider.
Looking forward to, yeah. Thank you very much. That's Congresswoman Renee Co of Kabataan Partylist. Professor Dennis, napakasarap kausap ni Congresswoman Co. Gusto man natin palawikin. Pero I'm sure you have a lot of inputs as well to share. Itong epekto nito, political, ekonomiya, itong impeachment na to, ano bang imahe nagkakaroon ngayon ng bansa na napapanood ng buong mundo na ang Pangulo at ang ikalawang Pangulo ay naisa lang sa isang impeachment proceedings?
Yeah, sa unang tingin nakakahiya. I think na nanoto ni Congresswoman Renee Co. parang nakakahiya para sa ating bansa na yung dalawang pinakamatataas na opisyalis natin ay sumasalang sa impeachment complaint. So, kumbaga man ito ay sumasalamin ba ng kung gaano ka-corrupt, kung gaano kapulok ang ating demokrasya, ang ating sistema ng pamahalaan. Pero sabi naman ni Congresswoman Renee, kinakailangan natin pagdaanan. Oo, hindi magandang karanasan, nakakasama sa imahe. Pero kinakailangan pagdaanan. Actually, tama yun, kasi ganoon naman talaga ang essence. It's part of the essence of a democracy. Na isa nga sa mga kritisismo is that this is an inefficient form of government. Kasi it relies on trial and error. So, it's a work in progress. Kinakailangan parating may correction. Pag may mali, i-correct. So, hanggang parang dumating ka na sa punto na ma-frustrate ka na.
Yes.
Oo, nakakasawa na. Parang every 10 years may corruption tapos kinakailangan i-correct.
Parang yun, ako bilang isang pangkaraniwang mami, yun ang nararamdaman ko eh. Parang minsan nakakadismaya. Pero sabi pa nga ni Kong kanina, we really have to go through this. No, merong isang interview na panood ko, sinasabi, actually doon sa proceedings, sabi na yung mga unprogrammed appropriations na doon pa.
Yeah.
Ang mga nakaraang presidente, di ba? Pero I'm sure noon pa, mayroong mga nakitang pagkakamali sa paggamit siguro noon, sa pananaw din ng ibang kritiko sa mga pagkakataong yun. Pero ito, inuulit na naman. Ngayon, itong impeachment, paulit-ulit. Tingin mo, as a political analyst, ano pang itatagal to? Hanggang kailan kaya ito ma-refine? Kung merong kailangang itono, kailan ito matutono?
Well, sana sa lalong madaling panahon, Kasi, we're talking about public funds. And these are mainly coming from the taxes of the citizens, the Filipino citizens. So, kailan ba ito maayos, maitotono? Wishful thinking. Sana agad-agad. Pero of course, meron naman mga paraan para maayos agad ito. O kaya, meron ding long-term solution. So, kaya nga, ina-address agad yung mga yung principle o yung mga issues with regard to transparency. So, doon pa lang sa Commission on Audit, nire-request na magkaroon ng proactive role. Tapos ito namang Congress, members of the Congress, especially mga committees, sana daw wag maging lax sa pag-perform ng kanilang yung oversight function. Sila nga yung nagpapasa ng mga batas, pero at the same time, imo-monitor din nila kung tama yung pagpapatupad. So kasi, kumbaga maraming problema at hindi lamang iisang batas ang solusyon o isang klase ng solusyon. Marami yan.
One problem may domino effect sa ibang...
That's right.
Parang ang pagresolba nitong problema nito parang as complicated as kanina kausap ko si Derek as complicated do sa pagtono ng piano, no? So, kasi kailangan yung bawat isang let's say kung sa guitar, parang isang string, dapat nakamatch yung tono.
That's right.
It may be that tedious, but still, there's so much hope that sooner or later, all of these things, these issues concerning us, the Filipinos, will be addressed properly.
Well, yes, of course, kasi we badly need to really fix our system. Oo. And buti na lang nangyari ito, kasi otherwise, hindi natin gagalawin yung problema, hindi natin i-address yung mga interconnected problems at simptomas lamang itong corruption.
Right. Your last thought for today, briefly, paano dapat ito tignan ng isang pangkaraniwang mamamayan? Kaming mga Juan de la Cruz.
Well, simple lang. Let's be simple. Ano ba goal natin as an ordinary Filipino citizen? Maayos yung sistema, mawala yung corruption. Paano? By strengthening the measures for transparency and accountability. So, yun ang goal natin Let the lawmakers take care of the, kagaya ni Congressman Renee Co, take care of the yung details with regard to the
trust the process?
Trust the process. And then, of course, but it doesn't mean we should leave it to them.
Okay.
Oo, dapat patuloy tayong makinig at makialam. At kung halimbawa sobrang technical yung pinag-uusapan, kagaya kanina yung usapan natin with the Congresswoman Renee Co, tingin ko, trabaho rin natin, duty natin na alamin kung ano itong mga to. O yung mga technical terms sa impeachment na yan. So, we should also educate ourselves. May AI na nga
Right.
May Google na.
Professor Dennis Coronacion, Dr. Dennis Coronacion, sir, thank you very much for joining us here on the PH Insider once again.
Thank
we
you
appreciate
for,
your time.
thank you also for always inviting me to join you.
Thank you. Tonight, the dismissal of the impeachment complaints against the president may have closed a political chapter, but it has opened a far more important national conversation. In a democracy, power is never meant to be comfortable. It is meant to be accountable. Democracy does not survive on numbers alone. It survives on credibility, integrity, and the unwavering belief that no position stands above scrutiny. The Filipino people deserve not only stability, but assurance that accountability remains alive, impartial, and uncompromised. Because in the end, the true strength of leadership is not measured by how power is protected, but by how it answers to the people it serves. Magandang gabi. Ako po si Ox Ballado with the veteran political analyst Dr. Dennis Coronacion. Alright, hanggang sa muli nating paghihimay-himay ng mga balitang may pakialam ka. This is the program where we cut through the noise, confront the gaps, and demand the answers the nation deserves. This is the PH Insider on TV.